Good morning, Katie. Let's see if I can see who's here. I'm looking a bit shaggy today. I had a bath this morning and let my hair naturally dry. Calimera, Michael. Hello, Di. Hope you're on the mend, Michael. We'll start in Demos in a little minute. I've been busy this week. I've been painting, so I've got a nice green wall, and I've also got the other one I've kind of gone for a contrast. So good morning, Susan. So just as we prepare to start, how's everybody's week been? Good morning, Fran. Hopefully it's been a good one. It's starting to feel more autumnal. This morning was particularly nippy. I think that's why I had a bath, because I could feel it in my bones. I also made some nice lentil soup, so it's coming into soup weather. So here we go. Calimera. Kilna Falsha, 1,000 welcomes from Scotland and from Glasgow, and to each and every one today. Today, I really wanted to focus on circles. I popped a post into the files of the page, and it's about the circle and the wheels of life. And when I think of things in life, everything goes round in circles, and at the moment I'm looking at a circle that's got a light. Oh goodness. Yeah, I'm glad I've had a bath as well, Katie. Not that I was particularly, no, I just needed some heat in my bones. I was considering lentil soup. Anyway, back to circles. So the document I've put in is, Di actually alluded to it, I think a couple of weeks ago, and it's your life circle. And it's about the different areas and aspects of your life, and it's actually a really good exercise to go through. So what I like about it is it comes essentially, or it works in tandem with a program that I do called Ikigai, and Ikigai is a Japanese philosophy, and it's when all the different colours come together. In the middle is your passion, and for me, passion is what makes life. But also when you get two colours that come together in community, so you could have a red one and a blue one, but where they intersect is something more diffuse, and it becomes magenta. So as we all come together and share different thoughts and experiences of life and talents, and we all have our talents, it's just a way of actually becoming like a watercolour, and you get so much more by interacting with others. So firstly, suggestions for change. Any suggestions for change? My suggestion for change is let's boost this group up. There's so many people that visit both at Seats and the Skero Centre, but they don't have to have gone there, or even the Isle of Wight. You know, like, who do you know that would benefit from this type of interaction with a circle of someone else's experiences of life? And I've certainly picked up so much over the years with so many directors and facilitators, and indeed participants, that have become very integral in my journey of life. So announcements first of all. Coffee Club at the weekend. The wonderful Andrew Risner. Don't put me off, Di. Hold on a minute. The wonderful Andrew Risner is taking over to direct next week, and then doing Demos, and I'll let you catch up on Monday with the rest of the events for the week. Michael, as always, step up and come through. And Demos isn't difficult. Demos is just talking nonsense, which I'm really good at. So my Greek word of the day today is holos, and the word holos, it means the entire or whole, and you sometimes think that the English word has a similar root, but the Greek holos comes from an Indo European root for solo, and solo means whole, firm, sound and correct. And when you make a perfect circle, then we all really look to, good morning Roma, you're never late to the party. Di's gonna message me with bedtime reading. Okay, that's good. So as I said, magenta is formed of red and blue, and if anyone hasn't had the opportunity to experience the work that Teresa does, when I was down in the Isle of Wight, it really inspired me, because I didn't actually even realise that 10 years previously I was wearing a pair of magenta glasses, and apparently the way that Teresa analysed my personality appeared to be a double magenta, so there you go. So my poem of today is really about, so the first one that gets this right, and if you can name the song, then you get a prize. Round like a circle in a spiral, like a wheel within a wheel, never ending or beginning on an ever spinning reel, like a snowball down a mountain or a carnival balloon, like a carousel that's turning, running rings around the moon, like a clock whose hands are sweeping past the minutes of its face. And the world is like an apple whirling silently in space, like the circles that you find in the windmills of your mind, like a tunnel that you follow to a tunnel of its own, down a hollow to a cavern where the sun has never shone, like a door that keeps revolving in a half-forgotten dream, or the ripples from a pebble tosses in a stream, like a clock whose hands are sweeping past the minutes of its face, and the world is like an apple whirling silently in space, like the circles that you find in the windmills of your mind. And that was from the Thomas Crown Affair in 1968, and it's one of my favourite songs. And I'm just going to ask, will I do for any appreciations? Yeah, well done, Katie. Well done, spot on. Right, you get a prize. I'll need to think of what I can send you. I'll think of something. Yep, it is indeed Noel Harrison. So just as I ask for any appreciations this week, I appreciate that I've started doing Airbnb, which is actually really weird, having somebody within your home and hosting someone that you don't even know. And this lovely lady, the dog, and I really appreciate the company that she brought, and Sam loved having another doggy friend here as well, so it was lovely. But also, coming back to circles, at Sitsa, obviously the sunset at Sitsa is spectacular, but the sunrise at the other side of the mountain, down from the Hora, it was amazing. I used to go and watch the valley and the sunrise in the morning, and it's probably one of the most spectacular sunrises that I've ever seen, apart from one in Japan, and it was the biggest sun I'd ever seen. But also the biggest moon I ever saw was at Magazia, and sitting down on the beach and having a barbie brings me great joy to think about. It's a good film, yeah, it is indeed, Susan. So, appreciations. So, just as I do, I'm going to read out another little one. He was a Grecian lad who, coming home with pulpy figs and wine from Sicily, stood at his galley prow, and then let the foam blow through his crisp brown curls unconsciously, and holding a wave and wind in the boy's despite, peering from his dripping seat across the wet and stormy night. Till the dawn he saw a burnished spear, like a thin thread of gold against the sky, and hoisted his sail, and strained the creaking gear, and bade the pilot head her lustily against the northwest gale all day long, held on its way and marked the rowers with time and measured song. And when faint Corinthian hills were red, dropped anchor in a little sandy bay, and with fresh boughs of olive crowned his head, and brushed from his cheek the throat and hoary spray, and washed his limbs with oil, and from the hold brought out his linen tunic and his sandalled brazen soled, and a rich robe stained with fisher's juice, with a swarthy trader he'd bought, upon the sunny quay of Syracuse, and with the Tyrian broideries enwrought, and by the questioning merchants he made his way up through the soft and silver woods to the labouring day. And I think really when it comes down to it, each season's is a joy in itself. Okay, Fran is appreciating, appreciating the good work of public child protection in Wales, protection of child's innocence. Yeah, definitely. I appreciating another chance to get away in the camper van. I tell you what, I'm going to be stealing that. You better watch. I'll be heading to Stirling. Who else have I got? So there we go, folks. I'm sure Michael's always, apart from some hair gel, that's probably what I need to do. I probably need to eat some lentil soup for lunch. Yeah, sunrises and sunsets. I'm so fortunate here in the Clyde. I get the sunrise over that way, but the sunset's reflected off the apartment building opposite. But if I want to see it, I just nip down and walk Sam at the harbour. So, as I said, Michael's always. I love the smell of autumn. There's something about. There's just a particular autumnal smell as the leaves start to fall. Morning, Mavis. So have a lovely weekend, folks. Join in with Andrew on Sunday, and I'm sure Michael's always looking for volunteers, and if you haven't done a Demos or you'd like to do one, drop him a message, and have a lovely weekend. And that is over mellow fruitfulness. Yeah, that's a lovely description. Ooh, I like that. I love that. But lots of love and joy. Wishing you love and light from Glasgow, and thanks again for joining me on Demos. Bye, folks.